It's time for another Fusion Basics tutorial, and today we're going to be making a twisted vase. So the first thing we're going to do here is create a new sketch. You can see our finished design there, get you excited. And then here we're going to be creating the base first. So we're just going to create a sketch on the bottom, and we're going to create our edge polygon here. Then we're going to do 50 millimeters of side length, and then we're going to do 6 sides. Then we can finish sketch. And now we're going to bring back our old friend, offset plane. And then we're going to create it from the bottom, and we're going to go 100 millimeters up. And then I'm going to show you a nifty little trick real quick here. So if we go back into our sketch, so if we right click on it, and we say edit sketch, if we highlight all of this, and then if we type Control Z, use this keyboard shortcut. On macOS, it's Command instead of Control. So whenever I say Control, just note on macOS, it's Command. And then if we use Control Z or Control C, then we can finish sketch. And then up here on this plane, we're going to create another sketch. And then we're just going to do Control V or Command V on macOS. And then we can click OK. And then we can finish the sketch. And then we have 2 of these here. Oh, and that's nice. It hid the construction plane for me. So now we can look and see in our Create menu, there is the Loft tool right here. And then we can click our bottom plane here. We can click our top, our sketch, our 2 sketches, and then it bridges the gap there. But then how do we twist it? That is the age-old question. So what we can do is if we actually go in here into our sketches and turn on the visibility of our sketch 2, we can use the move tool. So it's right up here. I just clicked M on my keyboard. Then if we click the center point and then click all of these lines around it, right here, we can rotate here. Oh, that was way the wrong plane. Okay. Yeah, make sure you're rotating in the right plane there. And then if I press OK, then you can see it rotates. But it only rotates a little bit because when we're in the Loft tool, here I'll go back into it, you can see it automatically bridges the 2 closest vertices here and here. So if you rotate it too much, it's not going to keep rotating. We want to spin it a ton. So we have to go back in time now. So we're going to just drag our thing back in time. You got to turn on your sketch 1 again. And we're actually going to create things called rails for our Loft tool. If we create the sketch, we'll create it on a side plane. And then here is where our nifty 3D sketch comes in handy. So make sure 3D sketch is turned on right here. And then if we rotate here a little bit, we're just going to use the line tool. And then if you hover over one of these vertices, it automatically lets you create one to the other point. So we're going to create these vertices to each point. And then I'm just pressing Control Z just to get out of the line tool when I'm done. But then it'll automatically snap to these points because it's a 3D sketch. And then I'm just rotating around and doing all of these. And now we've got our structures, our rails in place. So we can finish the sketch and we can go back. So we can go back to the future, if you will. And we can right click our Loft feature and we can edit feature. And now in rails, so this section is the rails section, we can press plus and we can click all of these sides that we just created here. And then this will confine when we create these 2 sketches, it's going to confine how it rotates. So we have all of our rails in here, make sure all of them are highlighted, and then we can press OK. And now we can hide sketch 1, but leave sketch 2 available, because if we go to our move tool, and then if we make sure you have this, so I should have said this before, but make sure it's sketch objects when you're moving things. Otherwise, it's not going to let you move these objects or rotate them. You have to make sure your selection set is on sketch objects. And then we can select all of these lines here. And now we can rotate and then, maybe do 150 degrees, see how that turns out. Well, that is really, really rotated. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to remove that back a little bit. But you can see how now it's letting us rotate it more and more and more because we have those rails. So I'm going to rotate it maybe just that much. Oh, that's not enough. That doesn't look very good. Bear with me while I make this look good. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. That looks pretty good. So now I'm going to hide sketch 2 just so it's out of our way, but it's not a vase yet. So we have to go back to our trusty shell tool. And then we're going to click our top face. And then I'm going to do 5 millimeters here. And now, there we go. There is the twisted vase. And you can do this with all sorts of different shapes. As long as you have the rails and you have those vertices from the 3D sketch, it'll look really cool. And you can make it taller, you can make it shorter, you can make it skinnier, you can make it wider. Just play around with it and have fun, because honestly, the loft tool is super fun and it's pretty useful for a variety of different things. But make sure to save your project, and I hope you have fun with this one.